in New York. Terramona just won by knockout first round. I told you guys that would happen. He was such a big favorite. It wasn't really a shock. It's just that they moved him from the Jaya Pattaya card on purpose to feature him in America to do just that, and he did just that. And we're in between fights. We're waiting on the Andy Cruz versus Mishiro fight and then the main event. But if you're watching the DAZN live stream like I am, Showbiz is interviewing Hamza Shiraz and just is totally blowing him. Like, I couldn't believe, totally saying that he thought it was a draw. They're talking about the Carlos Adames fight. I'm like, are you kidding me? That dude is, I mean, he's special. That's all I'm going to say about that. That's all I'm going to say about that. We also got some UFC action. So some of you guys earlier in the week wanted me to do a UFC parlay. We're 3 out of 3. There we go. Zay, yep, Zaquan. Zay got a stoppage. Like we knew that was going to happen. He's a fun prospect. And I told you guys that he doesn't fight. You know, he's good. People, like, he's Shakur's cousin. Obviously, he's going to be good. But is anybody getting the Campos versus Donaire? I need to know what happened in that fight. That's the one I'm waiting on. I have a 9-leg parlay that I just need Kawagaki, the Japanese fighter, to win tonight. And that one hits. I need to know if Campos won or not. I know that fight's going on. And I need Cruz and Hitchins. And the UFC card that you guys had me break down, I gave you 6 winners. I'm 3 out of 6. The last 3, those fights start shortly. Yeah, Terramona. And the thing about it is, what's up, GOAT? Mar the Prince in the house. Did Donaire win by knockout? There you go. Salty. I can't be right all the time. That's why Donaire was a big favorite. Campos got stopped. Oh, well. I still didn't bet on a 42-year-old. And hats off to Donaire. Now he gets to fight Antonio Vargas. How did you guys watch that stream? Somebody emailed me the stream, and I clicked on it. It didn't work. And it's Sunday here, so I had to spend a lot of time with my girlfriend. But I'm back now. I got a couple hours. So we're waiting on, obviously, Andy Cruz. So Donaire looked good. Of course he did. 42 years old, turn back the clock. He gets a title shot now, which is insane. So, yeah, I went for the underdog. Someone put it on YouTube. Nice. He got knocked out, Campos. Yeah, PJ, I get it. Campos got stopped. Yeah, and that's people who were picking Donaire. That's what you got to say is left hook. Was it the left hook? I didn't see the knockout, but I told you Wellmaker would win by a knockout. Damn, PJ, 750. Dirty Boxing. Oh, so you're watching the Dirty Boxing card. Bruce Leroy's on that card. I think Alex Caceres is headlining that. Damn, Puppet. Yeah, I know. We got to get those victories on it. Yeah, I still got action. I have a long parlay. I left Campos off. Campos was obviously my prediction parlay with Campos, Hitchins, and George. I do that every week. I do a long parlay. We lost a fight in Africa, but I have a secondary one that I'm working on. I just need the kid in Japan who's headlining to win, and I hit that one. And I just need Andy and Hitchins to win, and I hit that one. And then we got some action in the UFC, so we're looking good. But yeah, Campos going into it, I told you that'd be a risk. He was a 3-1 dog for a reason. I didn't think Donaire had it in him. There you go. Never doubt a future Hall of Famer. So I got the UFC playing here. And then we got the DAZN card here. Yeah, Cruz is next. I got to lower this a bit. He knocked him out cold. They called it illegal. Paul Craig, what? Lasso won 2 rounds later. Prey got brutally knocked out. Are you guys watching this Paul Craig fight? What a weird fight. Paul Craig was in guard, and his opponent was on top of him, and Craig hit him with a kick. I think they disqualified him. I stayed away from that matchup, though. Hinaldo Rodolfo got kicked in the head. If you can kick somebody on your feet in the head, it's weird to me that when you're on your back, you can't kick somebody in the head. a grounded opponent, I guess, is the rule. Guys, wherever you are, like this live stream. 22 people are on. We're waiting for the Andy Cruz fight. We'll see what he looks like. I'm expecting him to look good. We got Bam Rodriguez fighting soon. There's so many good fights coming up. Okay, let's see where we are. I wonder what they're going to call there. There we go. That one lost. Campos suspended. All right, 4 minutes. All right, guys. Any of you guys taking Mishiro? Heard Bachman is on the September 13th card. Rumors say Bocek, but then I heard a rumor Bocek rematching Ortiz. Yeah, and then I heard Ortiz boots. There's so many rumors floating around right now. It'd be good if we could see all those guys on the same card. Like a 154-pound tournament. You watching the Paul Craig fight? Fernandez won by DQ. All right, the Paul Craig fight rolled a no contest. Rodolfo Bellato was on top. Craig was on his back. And Craig kicked him in the head, knocked him out, came to. They called it. They stopped the fight. Rather than calling it a disqualified. Boom! Damn! Murtazaev is on Canelo's undercard. I don't know anything for sure. Yeah, guys, Campos got stopped against Donaire, 42 years old. Donaire is aligned to fight Antonio Vargas. Jesus, man, that's insane. Kudos to Donaire, 42 years old. See if he's paving the way. What is that? Should that be a sign that Pacquiao's gonna beat Barrios? I'm watching both. I got the DAZN right here, and I got the UFC here. I'm watching both. Yeah, I want Andy Cruz by knockout. Let's go. Hail Mary bet. Cruz by knockout. Mar the Prince. I love the Hail Mary bets. Yeah, he pulled a soccer player move and faked it. Skate review. I know, it's crazy. Yeah, Adolfo was faking it. He was look. That was insane. Maybe he wasn't. What is? Do you think he was faking it? I don't think he was faking it. What a bizarre reaction. All right, they're dragging this out. So to recap so far, if you followed my UFC parlay, we're 3 out of 3. We got 3 left. Campos lost, so we lost that one. It was worth a shot. You did. You guys did say Donaire would win. Hats off. Yeah, we got it. You guys, dude, here we go. Come on. Tell me. I know. I picked the 28-year-old. I picked the 28-year-old. For sure. Man, it always looks good when we win, and, when we lose, we just move on. You got to have thick skin, guys. If we lose, just turn the page. We got more fights. That loss is over. There's no reason to look on it. I got 3 legs I'm working on. Yeah, I didn't get to see the fight. We're about to see Andy Cruz versus Mishiro. They don't look like they're the same height. That's insane. If you guys watch the weigh-in, Cruz is a couple inches shorter than Mishiro. They're listed as the same. We'll see. I'm expecting... Let's get some exciting performances on this New York City card. Both guys need exciting performances too. All right, we'll just let this live stream. Everybody who's new to the stream, come on. We know Donaire lost. We know I picked Campos. It's all good. You can't get them all right. All right, they're bringing the fighters in. And then if you followed my UFC card, Ricky Simone won, Michael Chiesa won, Wellmaker won. We're on board there. We need Edmund Shabazian, Rose Namajunas, and Joaquin Buckley to win on the UFC. All right. Mishiro's walking out now, guys. We got a lot of fights going on. Some of you guys are watching the Dirty Boxing card. If you're watching that Dirty Boxing card, let me know if Alex Caceres wins. Bruce Leroy's fighting in that. Hitchins has to get a stoppage or multiple knockdowns to make a statement. Canelo's fan. I agree. Floyd's son. I agree. That's what I'm predicting. We'll see. As a fight fan, I want to see that. No offense to George. Chilltown. I don't know who that is. Tell him to hit me up. Should I follow him? The Valdez fell. I saw. Why did that fight get scrapped? I wanted to see Valdez fight. The King of New York. Guys, wherever you are, could you like this video? We're 10 minutes in. I'm going to leave the stream on as long as we want. I have about 3 hours. So I got 3 hours free time. Then in Sydney, every winter, they do this tourist event called Vivid. You could Google it or YouTube it. They light the whole city with LED lights. The Opera House, the Harbor Bridge. So I got to go do the boyfriend-girlfriend thing in a couple hours. Oh, Malik's a beast. Yeah, he's undefeated. Never lost. The guy thinks he's a bad fighter too. Yeah, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. He's an animal. Wellmaker looked amazing too. They had to pull Chris Martino off the regional scene. I told you guys if your book was going to let you take Wellmaker to win by stoppage. So we're undefeated right now with the UFC. But Andy Cruz is walking out. He's doing his little dance. Guys, how about the Ghana card? This is the last I'm bringing up the Ghana card. How about in between the fights, everybody going to the ring and dancing? What do I think about the Campos fight? I lost. Clifton. Yeah, I didn't get to see it. I know Campos lost. He got stopped by Donaire. Good for Donaire. I didn't see it coming. It's from a financial perspective. Look, guys, I have to bet money with reason. I didn't get to see it, Clifton. I didn't get to see it. I'm finding out on this live stream that Donaire won. But when I bet money on a fighter, I look at it as an investment. And so one of the things I ask myself after I study film is like, would I put money towards a 42-year-old fighter, even though he's a future Hall of Famer? And I was wrong. We know how this game goes. We know how this game goes. If anybody watched the Donaire fight, what would you rate his performance 1 to 10? Did he look good? Like, what did his body look like? I haven't even seen replays. David Diamante with the Diamond, Andy Cruz, yeah. Do you remember Diamante, the announcer, almost died in a motorcycle crash like 2 years ago? No one even talked about it. I think he was on the piss. I don't want to spread rumors, but I think he was leaving an event on his motorcycle and somebody hit him. He was in the hospital and everything. We almost lost him. Glad we didn't. He's an OG. Come on, Andy Cruz. Bozy in the corner. Let's go. Slow but effective. So I was wrong then. It's slow. I thought that Campos' speed would get him the victory on the cards. Donaire won, Young Money. Timing real good. Yeah, that veteran. So you know what that tells us about Donaire? You know, he made some adjustments and didn't just rely on his power. I'd have to watch the fight to give a proper analysis. But Campos was plus 330, guys. I think Andy stops him. Albright's mother. Well, they're all from Philly. They're all fight with Bozy. Yeah, Bellato. That fight was a no contest. Bellato was in Paul Craig's guard and was trying to get up, and Paul Craig kicked him in the grill, and it was a controversial thing. The ref stepped in. They called it a no contest. All right, we're going to know real quick what type of fight Cruz is going to bring to the table. So what would you label Andy Cruz? I heard the announcer saying he's a prospect. I know he only has 5 fights, but you'd have to call him a contender when you look at the champions at 35. You know, Joseph Brown's a prospect. 19 years old, couple pro fights. I think Andy Cruz, I'd call Cruz a contender, right? I mean, he wins this fight excitingly. He's been calling out champions since he turned pro. I think the rules change depending on, for some guys. Not even his stepdad. Yeah, he doesn't have to pay payments. All right, let me make an adjustment here. All right, the main event is about to start. So the UFC Fight Pass main event's going to start here shortly. Andy Cruz is starting here. Yeah, contender for sure. Who is the... Some of these announcers drive me insane. I know Sergio, and I know the other guy. I don't know the little short dude. Streetcars in the house. Guys, welcome to the live stream. This is Johnny. Sunday at... It's 12 o'clock here in Australia. We're watching Andy Cruz fight Mishiro right now. The fight's just starting. And we got the UFC main event just starting because we got action on it because you boys asked me to do a parlay. And we're good. We're 3 out of 6 there. We need 3 more fights to come through. All right, they take the center of the ring. This is an IBF title, world title eliminator. Yeah, I get it. I understand. 4 a.m. in Zurich, Switzerland. Switzerland. Zurich in the house. Canelo's Floyd's son. What a great name. You know how some guys, you could tell they warm up in the back? Some guys like to warm up hip pads, and by the time the fight starts, they're already wet and sweaty. Cruz doesn't even look like he warmed up. Let's go, Mishiro. Okay, hot take. Clarence got Mishiro. Mishiro's doing this weird thing with his guard. Mishiro, look, I got to tell you guys, in terms of looking at Mishiro's feet, his feet look basic right now, unless he's trying to set traps. Cruz is laughing, lands a nice right hand. A minute gone in the first. Right now, Mishiro's with his feet. His balance, something looks off. Unless he's trying to bait. He keeps getting hit with that jab. I think so, dude. Mishiro. Unless I missed something in my film study, in my prediction, Mishiro's already bleeding out the nose. Everything Cruz is throwing is landing. Mishiro throws a big right hand, kind of misses it. He's fighting like very stiff and tight. His feet are very flat. He doesn't look on balance. No, Mishiro does not look good. He's entering the pocket without throwing anything, too. So, you see what I'm saying? He's at range, and instead of at least feigning, he jabs there. Unless he's a slow starter. Maybe if you're a Mishiro fan, he's a traditional slow starter. I like when Cruz does that. He prods out his jab here, finds his range, throws that straight right to the body. Level changes. 30 seconds left in the first. Jab landing. Mishiro doesn't get his head off the midline. It's almost like if Cruz just wants to stay in the phone booth there, everything he's throwing is landing. Mishiro must think he has the power advantage or something. Oh! He catches Cruz angling in his ear. Cruz is laughing that off. I bet you the Mishiro fans are going to say he was wobbled. So Cruz was circling left, gets caught in the ear, and his legs looked a little bit like they went a little bit wobbly, but he was laughing. Round 1. I'd have to see that. Neither guy's breathing hard. I don't know. If you guys are watching it, let me know what you think of that last exchange. Cruz, not sitting down, got a big smile on his face. Nobody looks concerned in that corner. Bosie's always working. I love how switched on Bosie always is in his corner. He's one of my favorite corner guys at the moment. Just telling Cruz to stop headhunting. If you're going to go to the top, go to the body then. Guys, 20 minutes in, wherever you are, like this video. We're going into the second round of Andy Cruz versus Mishiro. Cruz got that first round easy. There was a little moment where Cruz was circling to his left, and Mishiro threw just kind of a hook and caught him above the ear. Yeah, me too. They didn't show it in the replay. Cruz was laughing it off. I think Mishiro was surprised that it landed too, because it wasn't really, he didn't sit on it. He kind of just went that, and it hit him in the good spot. So that's what I'm thinking. So Round 2 starting. Center of the ring. Ooh, nice hand speed by Cruz. That seemed to upset Mishiro a bit. Cruz's hand speed is something to behold. I love that straight right to the body. He should throw it more. My boxing coach would always say, though, if as a right-handed fighter, if you're landing your straight right to the body, finish up top with the left hook to the head. What Cruz does, I know he does a lot of prodding with it. He prods his jab out. You know, he measures distance, and then he throws it right to the body. I'd like to see him add on to it. Maybe he's setting him up. I mean, how would you, right there, he loves that straight right. The thing is, if you sit down on that left hook, you know, you're staying in the pocket. Maybe he wants to taste the power a bit more. Who knows? Right there, his jab is nice, man. That's his hand speed's ridiculous. And Mishiro's kind of like a deer in the headlights at the moment. He's not really punching back. There really aren't a lot of exchanges where they're punching together. It's like Cruz is going, Cruz is going, Cruz is going. Mishiro's getting hit. Angle change. Mishiro throws one punch. Cruz slips. Cruz goes. Mishiro's going to have to make that adjustment to punch with him. We got about a minute left in the second round. I like the right hook Mishiro has. He hasn't landed it yet. He's very predictable with his offense. If you guys are watching this at home, watching Mishiro, when he's on his toes, he uses his feet and his toes to give Cruz a look. But as soon as he goes flat-footed, he throws his combos. So that's a tell. You know, he's on his feet, shows jab, and then as soon as he sits down on it, you know he's bringing combos. Nice hands, round 1 for Cruz. Yeah, Cruz round 1. Cruz up 1-0. He's dominating round 2 as well. Mishiro's not thrown enough. Cruz is stunning him with the jab. Mishiro looks hurt already. Mishiro's covering up. 30 seconds left in the second. Cruz almost looked kind of shocked that Mishiro isn't throwing back. It kind of looked like he stunned him. And Mishiro's breathing out of his mouth already. I don't like... Mishiro's an awkward... Maybe, you know, some guys are just awkward guys in there. I can't tell if Mishiro's just awkward or if we were right in our breakdown, he's just domestic level. Because I'm waiting to see if he's going to go through the gears. I know it's only the second round, but there's a lot of things here that we're seeing that Cruz should definitely stop this kid. From what we just saw in those first 2 rounds, 2-0 Cruz, everything from Mishiro's entrances, on his toes, doesn't throw a jab to get in. He's on his toes. When he gets in, he goes flat-footed, then he fires. That's a pretty predictable tell. Okay, so Mark got that under. All right, the UFC main event is starting right now. We picked 3 fights on the undercard. We won all 3. And we got 3 fights on the UFC main card. I only picked these fights because you guys asked. So if some of you guys are the UFC guys, you could ask. Obviously, on my big screen here, I'm watching Andy Cruz and Mishiro 2-0. 12 rounds of it can be a lot. Yeah, Clifton Dennis, if this continues, Cruz is only going to cook more. Like, Cruz isn't even cooking yet. Yeah, Cruz isn't even cooking yet. And if this continues like this, and Cruz is going to keep turning that radio up, that dial, he's going to stop him. And Bozy reads all the comments. Bozy knows what the fighters were saying about Cruz. All right, Mishiro looks better in this round, round 3. At least he's more offensive. You could tell Mishiro's corner said, hey, mate, when the round starts, go to the middle of the ring, take the center, and throw punches. Now, I stayed away from C versus Menafield, Mark. I never bet. Menafield is such an odd guy to bet on. Just in terms of, like, his up-and-down career in Sumo RC, I stayed away from this fight. Oh, nice right hand from... It's so weird. So, I know some of you guys are boxers in this chat, and some of you guys are, like, you know, boxing fans, and some like to box and, you know, grew up around the sport. So, there's a connection with boxing, but a lot of you guys will know, though, when you're big right hand by Cruz. Mishiro's using his head to defend. Jesus. Where I was getting at is, when you're learning to box and learning about your guard, your coach will tell you, 2 to 3 shots you get hit, 2 to 3 shots you get hit, you have to make a decision. Exit, circle right, circle left, or punch. Mishiro's doing none of that. He's looking better now. He almost got stopped about 20 seconds ago. Cruz is resetting. But every time Cruz unloads, you want to see Mishiro to at least punch with him. He's just here shelling up and not doing anything, just standing there getting hit. Now, once again, maybe Mishiro knows something I don't know, and he's using it to bait Cruz, because some guys do that. He's getting hit a lot. He's over. Stoppage. We'll see if they let him up. He's not. He's exactly who we thought he was. Knockdown, guys. Dropped in round 3. He looks very basic. Don't let him continue. He's getting hit a lot, guys. He is just target practice for Andy Cruz. Oh, God, stop the fight, dude. He's using his head to block the punches. And he doesn't have much coming back. Oh, I told you guys that was a domestic record. Oh, God. 30 seconds left, third round. Come on, Andy. Get him out of there. You got to get him out of there now. 20 seconds left. Mishiro with a nice little combo. Oh, that big right. He has no answer for that big right hand. He has no answer for that big right hand. What are you doing? Punch back, Mishiro. The ref can stop it. Dude, his defense is terrible. Oh, God, another knockdown. Stop the fight. Another knockdown. 7, 8, 9. Call it off. They're going to let it continue. That's 2 knockdowns. And that's the round. Yeah. Nobody bring up Kambosos. All right, that round was brutal, man. If you're in Mishiro's corner, it's up to the corner to stop this fight. He took so many shots. And the odd thing is, when Cruz lands his right hand, look at that right hand. You know what this is? This is a domestic level guy who's used to just orthodox fighters throwing the jab. He's never seen speed like this before. You can't even see it. It's insane. Yeah, they never quit, but sometimes they should. It's up to their corner. I've been winning a lot of money on the Japanese fighters, guys, both ways. You know, I won a lot of money on Sugar Nunez beating Rikishi, and then Nakatani with the stoppage. What round? Going into the third, I think. Yeah, he's dipping. He's blocking it with his head. Yeah, it's the fourth, guys. So Mishiro got dropped twice in the third. Once in the beginning of the round. The second time with about 10 seconds left. More of the same. Mishiro steps in the middle. And the thing is, guys, if you remember the start of the third round, like I was analyzing it, Mishiro started the round like his corner wanted him to do. More aggressive, throwing punches. But the problem with that is Andy Cruz's hand speed is on another level. And Mishiro's defense, he doesn't move his head. And he has no answer for Cruz's right hand. And Cruz is setting him up right now. Cruz is setting him up with that jab, right. Yeah, Cruz is aggressive right now. Oh, nice counter. He's getting hit a lot, guys. And this is a big right hand. Cruz is finding at home. I want to see the percentages. The accuracy of Andy Cruz is insane. The speed. He's headhunting a bit. And, you know, Mishiro has all of his faculties. So he's recovered since those 2 knockdowns. But we'll see about the accumulation moving forward. I want to see Cruz work the body a bit more and stop headhunting. But, I'm being a bit particular. 90 seconds left in the fourth. Mishiro is putting Cruz up against the ropes. Cruz, I don't want to say is taking the round, he's allowing Mishiro to take the center. Ooh, nice body work. Then he went up top. That's what we wanted. Mishiro answers. Big right hand from Cruz again. Big right hand from Cruz. Oh, God. Oh, God. Keep him in the corner. Come on, ref. Dude, Mishiro's tough as nails. He's been getting hit with some clean shots. A minute left in the fourth. Did Cruz just get... Oh, big right hand. Oh, Mishiro's firing back. Dude, Mishiro's tough, guys. We knew that was going to happen. Fun fight. A lot of action. One-sided traffic right now. But Mishiro's there. He's fighting. Pushing Cruz up against the ropes. Has blood coming from the mouth and the nose. Nice uppercut by Mishiro. Cruz slips. Takes the center. Nice jab. 20 seconds left in the fourth. Big right hand again. Mishiro stands there flat-footed. Big right hand. 1-2. Blood coming from the mouth of Mishiro. Jab, big right hand. 10 seconds left in the fourth. Got hit a lot again. Cruz is smiling. Round 4's over. Cruz got hit a couple times. Stop playing with your food. If I was Bozy, that's what I would tell him. I'd say, Andy, stop playing with your food. Stop headhunting. Work the body. Get this kid out of there. Yeah, wherever you're tuning in, guys, thanks, Brett. Hit the like button. That's all we ask here. Hit a thumbs up. George is getting his hands wrapped. If you're just tuning into this, Mishiro got dropped twice in the third. It's been one-way traffic by Andy Cruz. We've seen this before from Cruz, though. Really hot starts, punishing his opponent, then he just takes the foot off the gas. We'll see if he does that. You think, though, with all this chat coming from, like, Turkey Al-Sheikh and, you know, all the haters in boxing, you'd have to think that they're going to go for the stoppage. All right, the corner's checking Mishiro. The doctor's looking at Mishiro. He's taking a lot of headshots. They're looking at his eyes. The dude isn't moving his head at all. He's getting beat up. He's taking all right, they're going to let him continue. But the problem is with Mishiro's cornering him, it's not that he's just getting hit. He's getting hit with clean shots. He's not moving his head with, you know, Cruz's backhand, his cross. He doesn't have an answer for it. He just keeps his head here and his chin here. He's here. Flat-footed too. Tailor-made to get knocked out. I mean, his only loss was to Rikishi and he got stopped. But, I mean, he's a Japanese domestic level guy. And if Cruz is the guy we think he is, he needs to stop him. 5th round, guys. Nice combo. Cruz's hand speed is on full display. That jab is nice. I like what he's doing, switching up his... Oh, another big right hand. Dude, the ref... Dude, the thing is, there's one thing with being tough and durable, and there's another thing with getting hit with clean shots and not firing anything in return. Oh, God. Another big right hand by Cruz. His feet are flat. He's stunned. Stop the fight. God damn. Cruz is just teeing off on him. Mishiro's not throwing back. His head's not moving. He looks stunned out there. Oh, big shot. He's out on his feet. No. Stop the fight. There you go, guys. There you go. He did what we thought he was going to do. Yes. Tailor-made. And nobody's going to cut, you know, I lost all the people in the comments we knew it. But there were people saying Cruz wasn't that dude. He's stiff, Rambler. I got to get loose. I got to get loose, Rambler. Mo Price, he got it. We got the stoppage. Good. So I hit another parlay and I hit that prop bet. I told you Andy Cruz by stoppage. I've been saying it all week, guys. So now he went from 5-0 with 2 stoppages to 6-0 with 3 stoppages. 50% knockout to win ratio. He's learning to sit down on his punches. Bozy Ennis. That was my reasoning. When I lose fights, at least I give you my reasoning. And when I win fights, you get my reasoning. And over time, the longer you're here on the channel, it'll be up to you guys if you want to listen. It's about, yeah, Zach. Exactly, guys. He took a lot of damage. And we know the Japanese fighters are all tough. But there's one thing with being tough, and there's another thing with getting your head beaten in. Oh, Jesus. It was getting ugly. It was getting ugly. Appreciate you, Go. You called that too, right? Appreciate you, Mark. All right, guys, we got one more. Yeah, you get one brain. I hope that what's the narrative like with the mainstream? Yeah, I wouldn't. Did somebody just say Cruz doesn't have a chin? To somebody, what do you mean Cruz doesn't have a chin? What are you talking about? Are you judging him not having a chin based on how he reacts when he gets hit? That's different. But we got George and Hitchins. It's an interesting fight. Where I was getting at though is, let's go Kingdom. Kingdom Life. The UFC parlay. I don't know who you picked, but the one I gave you earlier, either yesterday or today, we're good. We're setting up. We're 3 out of 3 right now. But what's the narrative in America about Bozy as a coach? Because like the part of the country I'm from, my boys in Pittsburgh, Northeast Ohio, people are high on Bozy Ennis, but like I don't know if does he get the credit he deserves? Here we go. Here we go, Jack. Campos lost. We saw Cruz wobbled on that Crawford card. Okay, so when a fighter gets wobbled, guys, that's not being chinny. How is that? What happened with the boxing in the boxing universe where if you get wobbled, you're chinny? That's insane to me. A lot of gives nice. So well-respected GOAT? Or is it just like the guys in Philly and the guys on the East part know about him? Because it's not just... Okay. But Boots has made adjustments since that Karen fight. If you're talking about Karen 1 or Karen 2, Chukashin. But I like the game plans, and I like the adjustment. Now, I wasn't impressed with the 17-1 record. I wasn't. I think Cruz should be fighting for world titles. Jack, if you were asking about the Campos fight versus Donaire won, but I didn't get to watch it. I didn't have a stream. All right, so you got Morataya, Shakur, Tank, and then Mason. Is it true that Mason is fighting the kid from the UK for the vacant? Nice. I took Cruz by stoppage too. The guy said they saw him team Hitchins, so Hitchins might be. What do you guys? Hitchins is a very professional guy in terms of like how he goes about his training and everything. Hitchins is always in the gym. You get a hedge. I like that idea, Zach. Noakes. Yeah, but Mason versus Noakes for the vacant. That's right. So when you think about that, guys, we could have this chat right now. Keyshawn gets stripped. WBA's vacant. Let's say Abdullah and Noakes. Pick a winner, Abdullah or Noakes. Be a fun fight. They have the WBA. Murataya, Shakur, Tank. How does Cruz fare against those guys? You don't think so? I mean, if Abdullah Mason is fighting Sam Noakes for the vacant WBA, I'm going to argue with you that Andy Cruz is 100% ready for a world title fight. 100%. I mean, I don't even see an argument there because that's the facts right now. I know. Yeah, not official on talks. But the facts are, guys, it is vacant. Exactly. Those variables, Loma retiring, Murataya elevated, Keyshawn stripped, WBA vacant. The 135 division just has all this movement now, which is interesting. Yeah. You're right. Whoever brought up Andy is chinny. I'm not going to say he's chinny, but I do see what you mean in the pocket. Cruz, it doesn't look like Andy is too excited when he gets hit. In how he reacts. Some guys react to getting hit and you don't see anything. You can't even tell they got hit. But when Andy Cruz gets hit, he reacts a certain way. So if that's what you mean, whoever was talking about him being chinny, I see what you mean by that. No, the vacant is the WBA. Keyshawn's belt. Or WBO, Tank's WBA. Donaire won. All right, guys, we got the main event left. That's right, Mo. Yeah, Donaire won. Yeah, Donaire won. Donaire's fighting Antonio Vargas now, which is, if you guys don't know if you don't know how Antonio Vargas fights, he's a champ there. I think that's a bad fight for 42-year-old Donaire. I don't know when he turns 43, but what do I know? He just beat a 28-year-old Campos. Who knows? That's what I get for betting against Nonito. We got George versus Hitchins. Guys, like this video. Yeah, Kingdom. Okay. Same. I agree with you on that. I agree. We see eye to eye. Offensively, what Andy Cruz does, I love Andy Cruz offense. I love his hand speed. I love his feet. He goes through the gears. We know that he could turn it on. But you're right, defensively, Andy Cruz doesn't, I don't like his body language when he gets hit. I don't know what that's about. There's something about how he reacts to getting hit that I know what you're talking about. To where you put him in there with a big puncher, a proven guy who could also move a bit. I mean, like, who are we thinking about? Tank? Yeah, Cruz had, and he knocked him down 3 times. Or knocked him out, and then 2. He got dropped him twice in the 3rd. All right, Hitchins warming up. We got the main event. I know some of you Cowboys are putting money on George. See, I think Keyshawn, I know Keyshawn wants to go to 140. I don't see this version of Cruz. Do you guys see Cruz beating Keyshawn? I don't. Pablo Valdez fight got scrapped. Congrats, PJ. PJ's up. PJ lost, and now he's up. Like, what I'm seeing from Andy Cruz, I like. I like that he's adding power to his game. But the version of Keyshawn, even though, what happened in Norfolk, I don't think I would pick Cruz to beat Keyshawn right now. All right, guys, the UFC, if you guys have action on that. This is the 3rd round. Menafield and C in the 3rd round. I didn't bet on that fight. Cruz isn't ready for Key yet. He better be ready. He's 29. Styles make fights, but the version it gets knocked. I think so. That's what I'm saying. It's a different style, different game. Gloves are a bit different. Keyshawn's way bigger than he was in the amateurs. And Keyshawn's swag, Yeah, I love deep, but I like defensive fighters though. Yeah, some of my favorite fighters are defensive sound guys. Like Cruz is nice. Everything, like I said, if we want to be picky, if we want to break down our fighters, even if guys you have a favorite fighter, even if your favorite fighter is your brother and your brother's a world champion, it's a healthy conversation to have about things that your brother who's the world champion doesn't do well. It's not being a hater. So when I'm thinking about Andy Cruz, and I agree with you how he is nice, because he is nice. He's, I picked him for a reason. I said he would stop this kid from Japan. But we saw it again. Something about with Andy Cruz, there's something about when he gets hit. I don't like his body language. Some guys get hit good. Some guys roll with it. It's like when he gets hit, he almost kind of freezes sometimes. And his defense, he's not really here. He's kind of loose with things. I don't know. Cruz can't. I don't like that matchup. I don't think Cruz beats Keyshawn. I don't. Let's be honest. Yeah, but people thought it was landslide. And nobody is putting their hand up to fight him. He's 6-0, 3 knockouts now. That shows you nothing for Cruz. I mean, he could at least go through the gears and get stoppages. Should have took the Panthers plus 1.5. Okay, we got Kambosos fans in the house. Okay. I understand that. I can see why. I think that why I would lean on Keyshawn is, he'll punch with you. The thing we just saw with Mishiro, he wasn't punching with Andy. You can't just shell up in the pocket and let Andy Cruz get off. You have to move and swing with him. And Keyshawn is going to do that. And also the physicality. Like, Keyshawn's thicker up top. Like, I don't even know if we're going to see him at 135 again, so this seems like a moot point. Guys, like this video. That's all I ask from you. That's all I really care about. You like the video and you follow the channel. That dude didn't. Exactly, Mike. That's what I mean. But you know damn well Keyshawn is going to punch with you. And this is something, guys, though. Fighters will know this. And even if you go to the gym and, you join a fight gym and you get taken through the gears, you learn how to box. It's one of these things that it is a tactic, but you'll learn that it's a psychological thing too. It's not as easy as saying somebody, like if I take a student and teach them how to throw a technical jab, a lot of guys' jabs finish here. Let's say your jab is finishing here. The first thing you want to do is make that adjustment to where when your jab is finishing, you have your shoulder defend your chin, right? So that's a technical adjustment. Having a kid in the pocket in a firefight, to being able to pull the trigger and punch, it's technical, but it's also psychological. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different thing. Mishiro didn't have that in him. Mishiro just went here and was just getting... Keyshawn has that in him. Keyshawn will punch with Andy Cruz. That's my point. And think about it. In the Amis, the gloves are a different size. The points, it's a totally different game. All right, the fights, they're doing their little promo, guys. George could sell a fight. I let George. When I talk to people, like a lot of Brits are down here in Australia, and the Brits are known for banter. Like the British boys will talk shit with the best of them. Depending on where you grew up in America, we're known for being able to talk shit. If you grew up in a locker room, I played all the sports I grew up, the boys I grew up around. We would have roast sessions. You would get roasted for everything. Growing up in my neighborhood, if we saw one flaw and you could be our best mate, you're getting clowned. So that being said, that's not in the Aussie culture. You look at a lot of the Aussie boxers, they don't have banter because it's not in their culture to roast each other. Like the dude, like they're not gonna just. It's a different thing. But George has that. George will talk with you, which I like. Yeah, George ain't never been a punk. That's why you gotta respect him, man. Like I like, not a perfect record. Not the most physically gifted, not the best athlete. He got good hands, good hand speed, not one punch power, but he has that dog. George will punch with you. Kingdom Life with the hot take. Kingdom, I see what you're getting at. That's your second or third comment he's referring to. I'll let you guys piece it together. Yeah, kind of scared. Who's going for George? Who put money on George here? Nah, I got Hitchins stopping George. I know, I read it. Hitchins side, we got to be on the lookout. Johnny, you should get a timer when you watch fights. Guys, I need a lot of help on the tech side. I'm an old head. If you knew how little I know about technology, I don't even know how to, I stream on my iPhone. The only thing I know on the tech side is how to edit and how to do, because I come from a documentary background. So, as you can tell, the quality on this isn't as good as my breakdown videos. My breakdown videos, I use, an investor. This whole team invested in a documentary of mine a couple years ago, and I have, a $10,000 camera. I have really expensive equipment to film on. But that's it. And I hired a guy a couple years ago during the pandemic to teach me the software, how to edit. So I know how to edit. But I don't know, streaming software. So, if you watch Gary 3D Boxing and he does his lives, how he has like the thing rolling on the screen and how your questions pop. I don't know how to do any of that. So I do mine. My shit's like raw dog out here. There's no foreplay. We just go right in. Like, bad analogy, but I think you boys understand. Yeah, like my dad always said, bet with your wallet, not with your heart. Gary stream on StreamYard. So is that GOAT? Is that a platform? And then my next question would be, so you sign up to StreamYard and then that automatically connects to my YouTube channel? How does that work? Okay, yeah, because I do have the newest iPhone. So I have the newest iPhone, so the Wi-Fi is good. But if you look at my breakdown videos, you can be able to, I edit those and you'll see like videos and snapaways and transitions. I add music to it. That's why there's music and stuff. People sometimes complain, but you know, I come from like making little documentaries. I was in the last one I did was on a thing called the Manly Ferry, which is like a boat in the film festival. But I did one on Lethway. They're both on this channel if you want to look at them. But we got Richardson Hitchins. He's not as big as I thought I mean, he's all muscle. And the thing about Richardson Hitchins, guys, when you talk about a lifestyle, this dude is married to the game. Everything you hear about him, he is dedicated, devoted, lives in the gym, always learning, always kind of adding things to his game. That's who's his boy in the corner? We saw him get beat by the kid with the blonde hair. Pete Dobson. Pete Dobson. Dobson's in his corner. Must be his boy. Didn't know that. All right, guys. We're getting ready for the main event. I think I got the UFC, if you guys are paying attention. Edmund Shabazian's about to fight. Is Teofimo in the house? I didn't see that. The main event's about to start, guys. They're getting close to doing ring walks. George is only 32, man. He seems like he's been around forever. And they say there's only a 1-inch height difference. It like George, you know, some guys are naturally big dudes. George isn't a big dude. He doesn't have like a thick frame. If some of you guys could answer my boy Kulawango, some people have been asking about Murtazaev. Does anybody know if that's gone official? If Murtazaev is on that Canelo card? All right, I need Nakajima to win, and I hit a 10-leg parlay at 2-1. I need Richardson Hitchins to get a stoppage here, and I hit an 8-1. And then I need Edmund Shabazian to win here. So we got some live action going. It's been a fun card, guys. You know, Zach Moses got a stoppage. Taramona won by first-round knockout. I didn't get to see any of the other fights. We know that there was a fight that got scrapped. The King of New York, his fight got taken over. I won on that last fight. Attaboy. Kingdom Life in the house. Stoppage coming. Let's go, landslide. Let's get one. Let's get it. Yeah, I do need yeah, the way I did it in terms of odds, because Andy was $1.09 and Hitchins was $1.10. I didn't even put them on a parlay. I learned from Caleb Plant and I learned from Josh Taylor. So I didn't put them on a parlay, but I did method of victories on their own ticket. So I just need, I need a stoppage here. Number 23 in the house. The fight that got canceled was the 42-year-old, the King of New York, Valdez. He was in prison for 10 years. Pablo Valdez. Yeah, Pablo Valdez fight got canceled. He was supposed to fight Cesar Diaz. And there was a lot of vitriol at the fight week, too. I wanted to see that fight. I put no knockdown for either one. I like it. To see Lot, I didn't bet on that, and it's on, but I wasn't paying attention. Did Menafield beat him? How you feel about Cody Garbrandt to win? Now, I broke that fight down on the live stream, and you know, give me 1 second. What? He's fighting Hani Parsalis. My problem with Cody is we know what he has. We know what Cody has. Cody has knockout power, but Cody's chinny. He is chinny. Hani Barsalis, he's gonna give the fight that the fans want to see. It's gonna be a firefight. I think Barsalis is more durable. I didn't bet on that fight though, guys. So I don't like. I think betting on a Cody Garbrandt fight. I'm not gonna bet on that fight. No, I'm not sure, Kingdom. Hold on. I'm not. I don't think anyone's spreading misinformation. I didn't bet on the Menafield fight. I just have it on. I wasn't paying attention if he won or not. Cody Brundage is about to fight. Yeah, Tito Mercado's uncle. He did one. He fought really well. Yeah, Minifield. That's why I didn't bet on him. Minifield was a huge underdog too. Got greedy, boys. I stayed away from that fight. When you guys asked me to break all these UFC fights down, there were certain fights I said I avoided. Minifield's one of them because he's up and down. I told you that. And then Cody Garbrandt. I'm not betting on that fight. The fights I bet on, guys, are... I took Ricky Simone. Wellmaker, Michael Chiesa, Shabazian, Namajunas, and Buckley. We'll see what happens. All right, let's focus on... We got the main event going. Let's hear the crowd. Is the crowd popping? Let's go. And I think Kingdom Life, Cody's downfall is his willingness to engage in a war. And that's why you got to love him. I love watching Cody Garbrandt fights. But when that chin goes, it goes, man. And when you look at where he came from, Cody Garbrandt started amateur boxing in Northeast Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio. And, you know, it's well documented. He was sparring guys like heavyweights when he was smaller, meaning that he took a lot of damage and left a lot of, I don't want to say left a lot of years in the ring before he turned MMA. But, you know, you see when he gets touched, he doesn't have that durability. He's known for just getting clipped and the lights going out. But he's also known for starching you. One of my favorite knockouts of all time was when he was fighting the Brazilian, and it was the end of the second round, and Cody was back against the octagon. I forget who he was fighting. He was top perennial. The guy was a top 10 guy up into his late 30s, his opponent. His name's slipping my mind. And Cody does that, you know, he ducks here, and then he throws a fucking hook from his ankle and knocked him out one punch. One of my favorite MMA knockouts. All right, the walkouts are happening, guys. Hitchins. Wisconsin in the house. Badgers. I see you. So Hitchins is coming out first. Dude, I don't know his family lineage, but obviously that's his brother because one of the dudes walking him out looks like his twin. It's uncanny how alike he looks like his brother. The guy in the back just looks like a younger version of Richardson. Did you bet on? Yeah, I did. Good call, Mar the Prince. Rafael and Sunsao. That Sunsao knockout was one of my favorites. But I need Nakajima to win on the money line to hit a 9-leg parlay. Damn, I love main events, dude. How do you not love boxing? Oh, so George. Oh, they're staring face to face. Look at George. Israel Mercado. Yeah, got the dub. I didn't bet on it, but I know some of you boys did. You guys called that. That was a 50-50 fight. Oh, Mercado walking him out. The most there is, mate. Happy Lang. So we got some George fans in the house. You know, I live in Sydney, so I live in his hometown. I told you my heart is with George, but my wallet is on Hitchins. Should have took this one to Australia for the bet. Yeah, that Devon, the Devon blueprint. But what you guys don't know about our currency right now, the Australian dollar is horrible. So the compared to you guys, every time I come home, so I come home every January. For every $100 I have in Australian money, it only equates to 62 American dollars. So the exchange rate, because the Australian dollar is so terrible, this really suits George and all Aussie fighters who then go to America and get paid in USD. So that's a business decision as well. Because our dollar is shit right now. 62 bucks to the 100. Kambosos is about to get the biggest one. Oh, Ricardo Velez, could you imagine? Gonna shake up the 135. Gonna shake up the division. 140. So, guys, this is what I was talking about. So we remind ourselves, who are the champions at 140 before this starts? GAR, Puello, Teo, and Hitchins. As of right now, I don't pick Hitchins to beat any of those champions. But if we watch Hitchins go in and have a viral moment, I've been saying this all week, and this is what I'm predicting, I expect Hitchins to have a career-defining moment here. Even though he's a champion, you know, he beat Lampero, split decision. Nobody has sent me... Hitchins has never gone viral for a fight. I think George is tailor-made for Hitchins to stop him. I don't know if he's the king of that division, Ricardo. I don't know if he beats GAR. I don't. I think you got. I know GAR lost to Puello, but the GAR who beat Rayo, mate, that dude is a monster. I'd love to see them two fight. It's not my prediction. You know, Teofimo Lopez is one of the best fighters in the world. I'm not dogging on him, but there's some other dogs in that division too. Puello. I mean, Puello's fighting Matias coming up. I know a lot of you guys like Subriel in that fight. You think Hitchins could beat Teo and maybe Puello GAR beats him all, though? I like it. I'm high on GAR, man. That dude, that performance he put on against Rayo, dude, to take his belt was insane. I don't drink. I'm 43 years old, 23. I don't drink. The longer you are to my channel, you'll know my story. You can Google it. But yeah, I don't need alcohol to have a good time. When I was younger, I used to. I mean, I used to bartend on the Strip in Las Vegas. I was a maniac. But this stage of the game, and if I have 2 beers, I get hungover. So because I write, because you know I'm working on my 3rd published book as we speak, because I do content, I like being sober, man. I don't like being hungover. I need my mind to be clear. I need my body to be clear, and I'm a strength and conditioning coach too. So I'm more obsessed at this stage of the game with feeling good than feeling inebriated. GAR is talented and violent. Yes. And the way GAR goes about his business too, it's workmanlike. You can tell he's a student of the game. Here we go, guys. Imagine being a world champion boxer and your birth last name is Hitchins. If only he was a knockout artist. Abdul Malik versus Brundage is on right now, UFC. Round 1 has about 90 seconds left. Abdul Malik is undefeated, and he was brought up earlier. He's a maniac in there, but Brundage is going to be a tough out. It's actually the best weight I've ever seen Brundage in. Usually Cody's a little bit thicker. Oh, he just got front kicked right to the grill piece. I'm watching both at the same time. Guys, like this video. We're going from 51 to 71 back and forth to viewers. Let's get those likes up. We're at 27. It takes you 1 second. Hit the thumbs up. Main event's about to start. I think we're going to learn a lot about what's going to happen in this first minute. I want to see both guys take the center. Hitchins has a great jab. George doesn't use his too much. George's jab isn't that good. George is known for just being in a dog fight, going to bring the fight out of Richardson Hitchins. That's why I think that George is tailor-made for Richardson. For Africa. I think he's going to bring the best out of Hitchins. That's what I'm leaning on. That's what I'm predicting. No glove touch. Here we go. Nice jab right off the bat. Nice jab. George high guard. George is nice jab 3. Yep. We talked about this in the breakdown is how George enters the pocket naked. George enters the pocket here rather than here. So he's there to get hit. We're going to see if George's hand speed bothers Hitchins in the beginning. I think in the beginning, if George gives him issues, it's going to be his hand speed. And I was saying in my breakdown, it would be in the pocket. Yeah, George is already setting up. So it's in the pocket and it's his overhand right. George is already setting it up. He got inside and he threw it to the body. So trust me, if he gets there, if George lands a big shot, he's trying to set Richardson Hitchins up with his overhand right in the pocket, coming over Richard's lead hand because he's lower, like that one. A minute gone. Hitchins is letting George depict the pace, pretty much just reacting what Kambosos is giving him, kind of reading him. A lot of head feints from George, but not throwing much. Left hook kind of lands. Nice double jab. Yeah, my time, I got a minute 20 in the first. So maybe it's a lag. What's your time at? There's a right hand. He throws it, but it doesn't land. It lands on Hitchins' shoulder. And you'd have I have a minute left in the first. What do you guys have? Maybe my stream is lagging. Okay. Let me try to fast forward this joint. 45 seconds? Where are you guys at? I'm at 45 seconds. Maybe it's because I'm in Australia. I can't do nothing about it, guys. 37. Okay, 36. So I'm a couple seconds behind. Yeah, I'm like 3 seconds behind. It's cool. Hitchins' jab looks good. We knew that was going to be the case. He looks so relaxed in there, Hitchins. George's body language, when you're like, he's always like stressed out how he fights. His energy is always kind of like manic. Total contrast to Hitchins. Hitchins is just so smooth and just relaxed, not even breathing hard, just taking what he gets. Beautiful jab. Total contrast of styles. And notice when George throws his lead hand, I talked about it earlier in the week, he doesn't extend it. George just throws his jab like that. He never extends his tricep. So like, yeah, for sure. And what they do well is when you're drilling the jab, it's the tricep muscle on extension, you flex that. And that's how you know that jab is true. But George just kind of, he never turns his jab over. It just prods at you. It bothers me. I think it bothers me because my OCD. It's like, George, finish your jab, mate. Extend your jab. But George is trying to get on in the inside. He loves that jab to the body. And look, if he catches Hitchins, it's going to be the overhand right hand. It's going to be over. But Richard's already seen it. In the first round, he blocked it with the shoulder. He saw it coming. He's thrown it 3 times, George. Once the body, and then he missed twice up top. It's an interesting chess match right now, actually. Yeah, his feet aren't the best. I could kind of see that with Regis. But you know, some guys in there, they look like they're having fun. I know it's a blood sport. George never looks like he's having fun. He's always stressed out. He's always like, that's his style. And then you just look at Richard. He's just... Oh, nice right hand. That's the second time Hitchins has landed that right hand counter over the top of George's lead hand. Not a big shot. Not a big shot, but, you know, George felt it both times. Right there. I like that. Not just boom, just drops it. Damn, Hitchins doesn't force anything. Yeah, he does. That's a good way of putting it, DJ. Oh, George's face is already marked up. Richardson's probably landed over 10 jabs already. Slipped George's jab. George can't fight Richardson at distance. He can't fight him at that jab range. He has to fight him on the inside. Oh, that little right-hand counter from Hitchins is nice. You can see the class in Hitchins, the technical class and how he goes about his business. Oh, nice left hook. There's a lot happening here. Hitchins hasn't taken really any steps back. He stayed right there. Nice right hand. Nice reset. He's not even cooking yet. A minute left in the second. I'm not going to... This is... George's right eye has swelling. I'm not going to... I think George is going to get stopped, guys. I mean, already almost 2 rounds in, and he already showed Hitchins everything he's going to show him in terms of what he has in his toolbox. Hitchins, on the other hand, he's just now getting going. He's not even going through all the gears yet. He's very methodical. I like in this round, oh, George's cut over the right eye. His right eye's a mess. And that's that slapping left hook Richardson landed about a minute into the second. George's left eye is a mess already. And Hitchins is throwing that slappy left hook like that. And it's not really one of those, it's going to bother him. And I think, yeah, it was the left hook that did that, but the jab's bloody in the nose as well. Look at that. You know, so far we've seen, you know, Hitchins set his jab up nicely. And then when George gets close, I like Richardson's right hand counter. But then also that left hook, he didn't throw it in the first round. That eye's going to give him problems. It's right under the eyelid, right above the orbital. It's not cut, but it looks like one of those abrasion, like one of those, the scraping ones, not like a here. I don't know, Kingdom. Yeah, I don't know what fight you're watching, guys. George is getting touched up, but I ain't going to say nothing. and from if you're looking at rounds 1 to 2 as a Richardson Hitchins fan, in terms of his tempo, he's just turning it up. I expect more. I expect him even to turn it up more here. I like his levels to his game. I don't see it being a long night, mate. I don't even see George beating Richardson Hitchins in a dogfight, guys. I don't know. I don't see it. I think it's... Cody Brundage just got finished, guys. Malik improves his record to undefeated. Cody Brundage just got finished. I didn't bet on that fight, though. Oh, just walked straight into a 1-2. Hitchins landed. Yep, there's swelling. His left eye's a little bloody. A minute gone in the third. Yeah, Richardson Hitchins, man, his reaction time, his counters, he does a lot of things instinctually really, really well. Yeah, Brundage, that third, and he's talking about the UFC here. Damn, dude, Malik is so explosive. 90 seconds left in the third. And still, you know, Hitchins is just, oh, nice right hand. I like the subtle, oh, nice right hand over the top. Hitchins could fight like this all night, guys. This is Hitchins' pace. This is exactly the fight Hitchins wants. He could fight at this pace for 40 rounds. Methodical, technical, accurate, doesn't force anything. Guys, Richardson Hitchins is a world champion for a reason, mate. He does. If you're a pure boxing fan, he is fun to watch. That's what I'm waiting on, him getting that viral knockout. Because if he adds that to his resume, guys, this kid's 27 years old, like nice frame, athletic, has a good fight IQ. You know, I think he's a dog, lives in the gym. Yeah, Kambosos is bloody. His eye's swollen. He's landing a bit here. Oh, nice double jab. Nice triple jab. George has no answer. Right eye bloodied. Swollen from a left hook. Hitchins lands over the top with that right hand again. I want to see Hitchins' body work, though. That's something, 20 seconds left in the third, we really haven't seen yet out of that toolbox. He's headhunting right now. When George goes here, maybe he set him up. I want to see him slip, lead hand to the liver. George is trying to pressure him. This is where George wants the fight. Round 1 over, 3-0. Hitchins up 3-0. Yeah. Dude, the kid can box, guys. There's no flukes. And guys, it's fair to admit, Hitchins hasn't really had anything handed to him either. It's not like he's been promoted from jump and has been gifted certain opportunities. He had to go to Puerto Rico to fight Liam Perro. There's a lot to like about his game, offensively and defensively. I like that he doesn't take unnecessary damage either. I like a defensively sound guy. Ooh. With a good jab too. He could go really far. He has. What I agree with you, QT. I think all right, guys, we're going into the fourth. I have Hitchins up, 30-27. No surprise there. I want to see, this is just me being picky. There's some body work. That's what I was going to say. If anything, by round 4, I'd like to see Hitchins start working the body. He steps in, lands across to the body. George answers. Fights in the middle of the ring right now. George is bloody under his right eye. His nose is bothering him a bit. He keeps pawing at it. I don't want to say it's broke, but it's bothering him. Hitchins' jab has been on point. Laser technician. And look how smooth Hitchins is. In his feet, I mean. So, guys, there's a thing that I call an economy of energy with our footwork when we're boxing. And it's tough for younger fighters. Some guys exit out of the pocket and waste too much energy. You might take a half step too far out the pocket, and now you're not in range. And Hitchins doesn't do that. Big right hand. And it was one of my beefs with, sometimes Shakur, his economy of energy sometimes. He moves a bit too much out the pocket, and now he's not in range to counter. Hitchins doesn't do that. He moves just enough, and he's always in range to land. He's getting hit a bit. George lands a couple jabs. But, Hitchins' balance is really good in his feet. His mobility through his hips is really good. There's some body work. That one kind of hurt. George felt that. George didn't like that lead uppercut to the body. Oh, big 1-2 over the top by Hitchins. 1:20 left in the fourth. Things are heating up. They're exchanging in the pocket. Notice even when Richardson lands, watch his front foot. He's really tricky. He'll land and just slide right out of the way and just slightly angle. Some guys, I'll talk about it in my breakdown, how some guys use the whole ring really well. Like Alberto Puello is a guy who uses the whole ring really well in his style. And then, Shakur, for his haters, the people, Shakur sometimes uses too much of the ring. But Hitchins' footwork and his economy of energy and how he doesn't ever go too far is something to watch. It's not easy to do. George lands a nice left hook. And that happens over the course of a fight. As you taste your opponent's power, you figure out their range, you figure out their speed, you get the distance down, and then you just make a decision on where this fight is going to take place. And with 20 seconds left in the fourth round, Richardson Hitchins has made that decision. It's taken place in the middle of the ring. George is going to get stopped. George is going to get knocked out. The corner is going to stop this fight. Maybe not now, but this fight is trending. Dude, Richardson Hitchins is having a great fight right now, guys. All he's missing from his resume is a viral knockout. And I think Kambosos is going to give it to him. How you guys scoring this? I got Hitchins 4-0. Easy. 40-36. For sure. Guys, it's not a surprise on my end, guys. In my breakdown, I said I'm a Kambosos fan. I hope he does well. But there's no way I was going to bet against Richardson Hitchins. And if anything, I'd like to think that Hitchins is winning fans. Because the way he goes about his business, He deserves to win fans. He's a great boxer that I feel is one of the most underrated champions. 27 years old, man, young. Well, you know, you can't teach the killer instinct. Yeah, it's 4-0. Oh, nice body rip. These highlights are something to see. All right, George has been hitting a lot. I haven't seen the statistics, but Hitchins is a very accurate puncher. Yeah, George can't fight Richard at his range. George has to fight. The whole fight has to happen right here in the pocket. Yeah, I said that in my live earlier in the week. Whoever just said the thing about the cash out. I said that. I said that Jim, his dad, they were cashing out. And then maybe he has one or two more fights against, you know, some younger top 15 guys for a nice payday. Oh, dude, you know what's happening rounds 4 and 5 is for how sharp Richardson Hitchins' jab has been, his cross is equally as sharp. Yeah, George's only chance is to fight on the inside. I agree. It's a lot easier said than done, though, when you're fighting a longer guy with a world-class jab. That's the whole thing. Nice right hand. I didn't see that. I did not know that. Canelo's Floyd's son. 90 seconds left in the 5th. I want to see some punch stats. Nice left hook by George. Nice right hand by Richardson. There's some stats. 193, 183. Hitchins 90 out of 193. Kambosos 30 out of 183. Jesus. Richardson's landing at almost a 50% rate, 46.5. George is at less than 20%. That's the story of this fight. The accuracy, the jab. Oh, big left hand, big right hand by Hitchins. George is hurt. It's over. It's over. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. He's getting teed off on. Throw the towel. Oh, George is a dog. They didn't stop it. 40 seconds left. Hitchins is teeing off on him. This is a slugfest. George is hurt to the body. George is getting teed up on. He's shelling up. George is hurt to the body. He's calling him on. Kambosos is a dog, dude. Anyone else would have got stopped there. Oh, big left hook to the head. George is taking a lot of shots. Richardson lands an uppercut. George lands to the body. 30 seconds left in the 5th. Kambosos is ready to go. What a rattle. Big left hand. Hitchins isn't even breathing hard. 20 seconds left. Big uppercut by George. Dude, the kid got heart, boy. The kid got heart. But he's getting that ass beat. Belt to ass, dude. Oh, God. Oh, God. That is a brutal round. George just got beat up. Going into the 6th. I guess if he dies, he dies. There's Teo. Oh, bringing up the Kambosos. Look at Teo's dad in the background looking like a hater. That's what we said. Yeah, I'm glad. I like what Teo's saying here. Yeah. The one thing about Teo, when he's at the fights and when he's asked about a fighter's performance, he's always world class about what's happening in the ring. And that's always been, it's what he says when stuff is happening outside of the ring. But Teo has he's a world class guy. He knows the game in and out. High fight IQ. I like hearing that. I'm glad that he said that about Hitchins because I don't know what the announcers are saying about Hitchins, but he's putting on an exceptional performance. The performance of his career so far. This version of him is a level above the version against Pero. Everything he's doing is just with more intent. Nice jab, nice cross, nice hook. All right, Hitchins has some blood around his mouth. Nice left hook. Nice right hand. George is getting hit a lot, guys. All right, that Hani Brassolis versus Garbrandt fight's about to start. I know some of you boys have money on this fight. I didn't bet on it. And Cody Garbrandt got a hair transplant. Just throwing that out there. All of a sudden, he has Uriah Faber's hairstyle when he was bald before. George falls. They're calling it a slip. George drops to the canvas, calls it a slip. Richardson gave him a shot on the way up for good measure. Ref doesn't say anything, just going to act like none happened. 2 minutes left in the 6th. Oh, George with a nice left hand. Richardson takes a step back, resets. I just don't think George could hurt Hitchins. I don't see him. I don't see what punch is going to hurt him. I think Hitchins is too good not to get hit with it. You know, blood's coming out of Richardson's mouth. There's a long way to go here. 90 seconds left in the 6th. You got to go back to the body. Go back to the body. He hurt him to the body in the 5th. George is keeping that right hand awfully low. George isn't going to quit on himself. We know that. A minute left in the 6th. George with a nice uppercut. Hitchins with an uppercut cross combo. George is calling him on. Kambosos throws a hook. Calling him on. They're fighting, guys. It's a fight. Nice jab by Hitchins. Nice jab by Hitchins. George is calling him on. They're talking to each other. 30 seconds left in the 6th. Fun fight. Even though it's one-sided traffic. George is starting to land a bit more, but it's boxing. Good body work by Hitchins. Body hook. Nice jab by Hitchins. Oh, big right hand by Hitchins. Oh, God. Richardson ends that round with a couple jabs to the head. George is taking a lot of shots. His dad, Jim, is trying to egg him on. Decent round for George. Still got hit a lot halfway through the fight. Eyes swelling. Yeah, that was from that hook in the 2nd round. It was more of a scratching hook. It wasn't like a thudding shot. That's why there's no swelling this way. It's from the glove. George is breathing hard. It's that body work. Yeah, it's the body. You got to keep going. Hitchins hurt him to the body. Damn, George is tough as nails. Damn, George is tough. They're showing the highlights from 6. And he starts throwing back. George is a goddamn warrior, guys. Round 7, guys. The halfway point. Good recovery on George. 6-0, 60 to 54. One-way traffic. It's going to come down to Hitchins stopping him. It's going to come down to Hitchins stopping him. This is what... And if he doesn't stop him, you know what people are going to say. I'd like to see Hitchins go back to the body. The jab is insane right now. It's just, at this weight class, it's really tough. It's really tough to end a fight with a jab. Oh, George just walked right into a 1-2. I mean, when you think about fighters knocking guys out with jabs, you got to go to a heavyweight division, old school, like Larry Holmes style, knocking dudes out. The Easton Assassin, in my opinion, the best jab ever. At this weight class, though, it's tough. I mean, it's doing a lot of damage, and Hitchins is starting to land his backhand. Look at Garbrandt's hair is insane. This dude got a fucking hair transplant. Big right hand by Hitchins. George fires back. Hitchins is pointing at something. That was a weird moment. 90 seconds left in the 7th. I don't know why he was pointing down at the ground. Maybe he slipped. 90 seconds in the 7th. Hitchins in the corner. Jab, jab. It seems like every time Hitchins throws his jab, it lands. Big left hook. I want to see Hitchins go back to the body. He's been headhunting the last round. A minute left in the 7th. Guys, let me know if any of you guys have money on this UFC fight. Garbrandt versus Hani Barsalis is about to start. Yeah, Hani's 38 years old now. Garbrandt's only 33. He seems like he's 50. It's crazy. Cody's had a long career. I think he was a world champion at 26. Cody's only 33. That's insane. Talk about tread on the tires. George lands a nice left hook. 30 seconds left in the 7th. Both guys have settled in. I don't know. Guys who picked the stoppage, it's starting to look like that, you know, sometimes when you have a guy hurt and you can't get him out of there, you know, sometimes you make a decision to just win the fight. I don't know if Hitchins is doing that. Nice body rip there. Nice body work. Stick to the body. Big right hand there. That's nice work from Hitchins. George's lips bleeding again. The eyes mangled. Hitchins really isn't even breathing hard. June 28th, guys. I have to do a survey. Some of you guys want me to cover that Jake Paul Chavez Jr. fight, right? As of now, I don't know if I'm going to feature that fight. It's tough. Like, yeah. I'll do a poll. Some of you guys want me to. We'll see if I do it. Javi in the house. I'll say, so Mo, you got George. Okay, you got George. The fight to go the distance. Good pick. It's looking that way. It's trending that way. You know, when you look at the ebbs and flows of a fight, sometimes when we see a guy, and George is tough as nails, but Loma stopped him in the 11th, and then his other 2 losses were to Devin by decision. You want to think that Hitchins wants the stoppage. We'll see if he's going to go for it. I don't know what his corner's telling him. If you guys are watching the fight, let me know. Start of the 8th round. Right now I have Hitchins winning every round. George has swelling over his right eye from a left hook in the 2nd. Oh, big left hook by Hitchins. Hitchins is going for it, guys. He answered my question. A much more aggressive Richardson. Hitchins stepping on the gas. Putting himself in harm's way. Gets caught there. Big left uppercut by Hitchins. He's going for it, guys. This is what fans want to see from him. George is fighting back, though. You know, the thing about Hitchins, he could easily coast and win a decision here. It's the 8th round. He could easily take the rounds off and win a decision, but he's choosing to put himself in harm's way to get the finish. A minute gone in the 8th. That was an exciting first minute of that round. Hitchins is gathering his breath. That was interesting. Big jab, big left hand. Hitchins now is turning that jab over into an uppercut. Nice right hand by Hitchins. George fires back. 90 seconds left in the 8th. George doesn't have any pop on his shots. Hitchins, jab, jab. Hitchins is talking to George like, what are you doing, dude? Fight me. Right there. Stay in the middle. He's talking to him now. Oh, big left hand. Hitchins is showboating, guys. Talking to the crowd. Landing to the body. George is wobbled. George is getting beat up, guys. Richardson is telling him, why are you, Richardson's talking about, bro, you're getting beat up, mate. Stop the fight. He's taking a lot of shots. A minute left in the 8th. Oh, big body rip. George is down. That's it, guys. He's not going to get up from that. Big body rip. That just shuts the light. Long count. Long count. It's over. Viral knockout. I told you. There he is. There's his moment. We predicted this. I said Hitchins will have his moment on the ring, standing on the ropes, talking to his people. We have yet to see that from him. He has his moment. George was tailor-made for that moment. We're back. Back on a winning streak, guys. I just hit big. I went heavy on Andy and Hitchins to win by stoppage. I'm not going to tell you how much I bet. Oh, the boys are back. Damn. To anyone who picked, guys, I'm not rubbing it in either. I know some of you boys needed this to go the distance. You know, we can't win them all. I'm not trying to rub it into you, but that was huge. All right, here we go now. You know, now you got to, and George is tough as nails, guys. George is tough as nails. Hats off to him. We knew this would be. Richardson stepped up. Statement made, guys. Now where do we rank him? Now where do we? 7-12. We back, baby. Yeah, I'll put my winning. I'll show you my tickets. I did on the same ticket. I think I got Andy and Hitchins by stoppage on the same ticket. Oh, and we called it in the third round. You know, if we want to break this live stream up, we said, stop headhunting, Richard. Go to the body. And we got that body rip. You don't come back from that. That body rip is nasty. And George is tough as nails. But guys, now, before I end this stream, congrats to all the boys who hit. We got one more fight in Japan. That fight starts in a little bit. I got to go kick it with my girl. I'm uploading Brian Norman Jr. versus Saki tomorrow. I know it's your Sunday tomorrow. And there's the image, guys. Watch the TV. Hitchins is on the ropes. Called it. But the analytics tell me that the least viewed day is your Sunday, which is my Monday. But check the channel. You'll get my breakdown analysis of Brian Norman Jr. versus Saki. If you haven't already liked this video, I'll post my wins, and I'll post the loss as well. I always post the losses and the wins. And we got another week ahead. We're back on the winning streak, guys. That's what's up. Good luck to everybody. And if you got more fights, if you've won, congrats. Let's keep this ball rolling. And I'll speak to you guys soon. That was fun today. We back.